policy framework and policy path. And we believe that as a party that is nascent, that is growing, we find umbrage and friendship in Kenya Kwanza, because largely Kenya Kwanza stands for peace, stands for justice, but above all, stands for all of us growing together without leaving anybody behind. We can never, as a country, grow if even a single part of the country, even a single human being in our country is hungry, lacks by the fact nobody behind as you go out in implementing the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto. Number two, and also most importantly, is that as a country, this need to nurture leaders. As we grow the country, we must move from independence through post-independence into the future. And that future can only be there if there's room for nurturing young leaders going forward. I believe that working with you as a party, working with Kenya Kwanza leadership, and I've spoken, I find myself in a place where I'm going to learn so much how things are done and how they're done well. We believe that Kenya Kwanza believes in running an accountable government, a government that respects human rights and the rule of law, a government that stands for justice. And as MDG, as we come in, we will continue insisting, like we've done in our discussions, that nothing will be done out of the legal framework. And so even as the cases are in court today, I mean, as David Ochieng, I was elected in Ugenya. I'm going to be sworn in next week. Yesterday we saw 45 governors being sworn in. All these elections were done by the IEBC. We cannot pick and choose which results we accept and which ones are wrong. There's only one IEBC in the country. This same IEBC did the elections for all the other seats, including the presidential one. And so I want to urge the country that we only work best if we believe that the institutions that we've set for us are up to the task. We cannot be saying that all the 45 governors and all the 290 constituency MPs and all the MCA that were elected are good to go. And we saw all the leaders yesterday going for the swearing-ins of these leaders. And then one particular election then becomes what will bring the country down. And to beseech Kenyans that this is not the first time we are seeing a petition going to Supreme Court for decision. Let's wait for the court's decision. Let's accept it when it comes. But I know that there are so many Kenyans again today who their sense of justice is about having their children going to school without being asked to pay school fees. Whose sense of justice is being able to afford to do an x-ray at a hospital without being asked for money. There are Kenyans today who say their sense of justice is being able to just get by getting a menial job to earn 500 shillings in a day. So our sense of justice cannot be only about one thing, election petitions. No. Our sense of justice must spread all over the country and in all spheres of our lives. And so, as we wait for the Supreme Court to make a decision, it's important to remember where we've come from as a country. And that we're just starting to grow our economy from the COVID situation and from the elections. And the peace time that has prevailed since the elections, for me, tells us that our country and our democracy is plateauing. Our democracy is coming to a level where you can't tamper with it. Kenyans will vote and go on with their lives and wait for us who have been elected to serve. And so, as I end this, I want to request all of us who have been elected in these just elections that our job is to serve the country, not to enrich ourselves, not to buy big cars, not to feel good that we are governors or senators or MPs, but to make this election count by ensuring that we meet our end of the bargain, that all that we promised Kenyans are waiting. That tomorrow and next week, and Your Excellency, these are things that we discuss with you. Kenyans are waiting to be able to afford unga, be able to afford sugar. Kenyans are waiting that when we go back to school, the children will not be sent back home. And these are things that matter to every Kenyan, and we hope that under our coalition of Kenya Kwanza, we're able to do these things with minimum noise, but making Kenyans feel that you have a government. We are happy to be here because we are recognized as a party, we are recognized as a people, and we are at the table where decisions are going to be made. U.S. President-elect, wishing you Godspeed.
Thank you.
And I'm sure that the courts will serve justice. And that, like you've said before, that justice, you'll accept it whether it goes your way or another way. I want to assure you that we'll stand with you here now and into the foreseeable future as we build a firm coalition that brings the country together, not cosmetically, but firmly for the better of the country. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Ranguma, you want to say something? You're good. Okay. Mwamatangi, you want to say something?
Thank you very much. While congratulating and welcoming our brothers from the MDG party to this coalition that has shown this country that indeed we can achieve what has hitherto in the past seemed unachievable, and that is building one country, one nation, whereby during elections, the question of where you come from, or which language you speak, which community that you have lived in, ceases to matter, and what matters is our national intention to build one country and for all Kenyans to live in a unified nation where opportunity is spread equally. And so I want to say welcome to Kenya Kwanza. We are the coalition that has opened a new chapter, given this country a new deal, whereby we know that under the leadership of our president-elect, William Samoei Ruto, this country will start to realize the development that should have been in the past many wasted years when there was conflict. And while saying that, I want to urge those that were competing with us on the other side, the Azimio coalition group and their leadership, that Kenyans are exhausted and tired. We can't continue with this kind of game that has been played over the years. And it is important for us to raise the red flag on what has now been identified clearly as a premeditated and calculated move every time when we hold elections, that IEBC is placed as one of the games that will be played by the leadership intending to discredit the results after Kenyans have expressed their intention. And this started, as has been said earlier here, all the way from the times of Kivuitu. We saw what happened in KICC those days. After that then came the Isaac Hassan Commission. Same story, same script. At the end of the day, when there was intention to discredit and refuse the results, then IBC became the culprit. We have seen it now again this time. I'm wondering, and we in Kenya Kwanza are wondering, indeed and urging the police, the first thing they should have done is to take action. We saw somebody in front of cameras punching a Chebukati. Why hasn't this guy's been taken to court as of now? We saw commissioners bleeding after being injured. Why hasn't this guys been taken to court? Those are electoral offenses. We saw intentional destruction of property in front of cameras. Why haven't those guys been charged for having broken the laws of this land during the pronouncement of an election that was conducted under the eyes and observation of international observers? And what we are saying is this game is up. We can't continue to buy this script that IBC becomes the bad guy after the results are out and they don't please one side. And then secondly, it is important for us to tell the country that it is time to move on. It is time to move on. People are ready. Kenyans are waiting. They are holding their breath. They want to go to work. They want to get busy. Our children want to learn in an atmosphere where there is no anxiety. Can we have the breath and exhale that we want? Because we did our elections, Kenyans went to the polls. They expressed their will. And what we are asking is, because our competitors have chosen to go to our courts of law, then wait for the justice you went to seek in the courts. Don't try to influence the results, the minds, the thinking of the judges who will be sitting. We know and we have had results that have come from the Supreme Court, even many times to the favor of our competitors. They won the last time when they went to the Supreme Court. Why not now? So we are asking you, please be still. Don't interfere with the judiciary. Let the judiciary make its own decision with the matters that you took to court. And we are certain, we are sure that the same results will be what Kenyans expressed during the elections, that they chose one William Samoei Ruto to be the leader of this country, to be the 5th president of the Republic of Kenya. Let us continue that way, and I want to urge all Kenyans, let's get to work, let's get busy, let's build the nation we want. Thank you very much.
Olago, 1 minute.
Your Excellency, thank you very much. As you have said, I want to emphasize the agreement signed this morning between MDG and Kenya Kwanza Coalition is a lawfully and legally binding instrument which we as a party have been consulting on with Kenya Kwanza, and which contains clauses of respect between the coalition and our party, equality between the coalition leaders and our party, and in which we share the vision of Kenya Kwanza coalition to lead this country forward. We wish to have political tolerance in our country, devoid of violence, devoid of ethnicity. It is important, and that's why we are all here this morning. Your Excellency, thank you for welcoming us, and we want to say that as a party, we look forward to working together with Kenya Kwanza in running our country in the best way that we can. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the ladies, yes, Mary.
Your Excellency, and
please declare that you are the SG.
Thank you. Yes, Your Excellency, I am the Secretary General of MDG, and I'm very proud this afternoon, together with my party leader, to bring members of MDG to Kenya Kwanza Coalition. Your Excellency, it has not been easy. And I love it when you say that we are coming in as equal partners. We have been treated to very bad scenarios. We've been treated as stepchildren. We've been treated as the outsiders. And I'm very, very proud that today we are coming in a coalition that will treat us with respect, that will treat us with decorum, that will treat us as equal partners. And this afternoon, I'm very happy that MDG has come to the winning coalition, that MDG has come home. I'm very, very proud. And I also want to thank you very much and congratulate you for winning. And I also want to thank you so much for bringing so many women on board as leaders in this country. Thank you very much.
The owner of the city, you can conclude for us.
Yes. Big man Basil.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Allow me to take this opportunity to welcome MDG to Nairobi. Now I can be able to do that. Your Excellency, Honorable David Ochieng, who is the party leader of MDG, is a good friend of mine, and we've been talking. And what he said he means when he talks about mentoring young leadership. In 2013, David and I and a group of other MPs, they used to call us underage MPs, started something called Kenya Young Parliamentarians Association, which has grown. He was the Secretary General and I was the Chairman. And through that, we've been able to see many more young leaders coming in from across the country. In fact, by the time we were finishing, we had 1,027 MCAs below 35 elected and 50 MPs. And so David Ochieng is a man who believes in nurturing leadership. And I want to tell you, my brother, you're at home. In Kenya Kwanza, what you stand for, what you believe in, the things we've debated and discussed over years, will find a home here. This coalition of Kenya Kwanza believes in equalization of opportunities for all Kenyans, regardless of tribe, regardless of ethnicity, religion, but equalization of opportunities and pesa mfukoni. What this country needs today is economic rejuvenation, which is what you believe in, I've discussed with you, which is what President-elect William Ruto in Kenya Kwanza is offering. So you'll find yourselves at home, feel at home. Karibuni Kenya Kwanza. And I'm grateful I've seen my colleague, City Senator. We used to call each other city senators in the Senate because we were only 3 of us. And I knew we'd end up together. Welcome, Senator Huta. Of course, my good friend Olago, we were together in the National Assembly. And all the members over here. Karibuni Kenya Kwanza. I think the sentiments that have been shared, I want to associate myself with, that Kenyans have moved on. My people in Nairobi are back in their shops. They are doing their business. Kenyans have been peaceful. It's really unfortunate that over the past now, few days, we've started to see our counterparts in Azimio beginning a narrative of intimidation, trying to threaten the Supreme Court, threatening the IEBC, even using violence when we were at Bomas and after on the IEBC. We want to say that Kenyans are beyond the days of intimidation. If intimidation and deep state did not give you the election, it will not give you victory at the Supreme Court. This election was decided at the polling stations. More than 46,000 polling stations. We've seen now an attempt to introduce a boogeyman called a hacker. The election was not decided by any portal. The election was not decided in any computer. Unless you're calling the 7 million plus voters who voted for President-elect William Ruto hackers, then we're all hackers. But that decision was made there. And all that the Supreme Court will need to do is just to count, because Chebukati followed the exact steps that the Supreme Court had issued. So let us leave the Supreme Court to do its work. Let's leave institutions to do their work. The future of this country will be built on strong institutions that are respected. So let us stop the intimidation. Let us stop inciting Kenyans. There is only one person by law who is allowed to declare a president-elect. And the president-elect was declared as William Samoei Ruto. He has been gazetted. When you declare yourself the same, you're trying to incite Kenyans. I'm happy that one of the places that has always been an epicenter of violence, which is Nairobi, is very, very peaceful, and people are happy. Yesterday we saw governors taking oath. I also took oath of office. More than 40, I think 45 governors actually took oath of office yesterday. As Honorable Chenga said, it is the same IBC that conducted that election. So instead of introducing all these boogeymen, trying to intimidate, and we know the good judges in the Supreme Court are people of outstanding integrity. We know that this country has what we call the rule of law. And the rule of law stands above the rule of man and the rule of intimidation. So please, whether it is the interior, people at the interior, and the politicians, let us stop inciting. Let us stop saying that by elections, or rather the suspended elections, must be, run by a certain individual. You cannot choose a referee and then choose the coach. Kenyans have decided, and Kenyans will decide. So, Your Excellency, we are looking forward to the 5th of September when the Supreme Court will issue its verdict, and we will abide by the law. Let Kenyans remain peaceful. And MDG, karibuni sana. Kenya Kwanza coalition, and I'm sure I have the permission of our party leader to say, is a coalition whose doors are open. We want to work with people from across the length and breadth of this country. Our doors are open, and karibuni sana. Thank you, Excellency.
Thank you very much, the Governor of the great city of Nairobi. Where are the... Oh, bring them here. We can... Yeah.